and working in a building properly oriented to natural law. There's a 75% increase, for example, in burglaries and financial loss in houses that are oriented towards the south, which is the least auspicious direction in the system of STHAPATYA VEDA. In addition, there's health research that shows improved quality of sleep, increased energy and vitality, improved happiness and mental clarity and efficiency in houses that are oriented to the east or to the north in comparison to those that are oriented to the south or to the west. I would like to acquaint you with the latest state-of-the-art research right now on the human brain using state-of-the-art equipment that studies the brain encephalogram, or the electrical activity of the brain, the EEG. And these studies already reveal a very significant difference between efficiency of neuronal firing, in particular EEG coherence, when the individual is oriented facing the east, in comparison to the same individual moments later, that is, oriented facing to the south. EEG coherence is a measure of the orderliness of brain functioning. And in the charts that you will now see, it shows on the left the cortex of the brain and prefrontal cortex of the brain of an individual that is oriented towards the east. This picture of the human brain shows lines connecting different portions of the brain. The presence of these lines indicates a correlation in the electrical activity of those distant parts of the brain. Look at how many lines are crisscrossing this brain shown on the left of the individual facing the east. The entire cortex is profoundly integrated. This synchronous firing of the brain, or orderly brain functioning, is essential for the proper coherent functioning of the brain. Research shows that EEG coherence correlates with intelligence, creativity, learning ability, memory, moral reasoning, psychological stability, emotional maturity, reaction time, alertness. And particularly this coherence that we see in the critical prefrontal cortex and the cortex, the prefrontal cortex being the executive center of the brain, responsible for planning and judgment and long-ranged balanced thinking and behavior. The whole brain functions coherently when the individual is oriented towards the east. Brainwave coherence is fundamentally important and can be thought of, I think, in the following simple way. Many different areas of the brain correspond to different modes of functioning of perception and action and personality. When these different areas of the brain are not functioning in an integrated or synchronous way, there's very little coordination between the activity corresponding to different areas of the mind and personality. It's very much like an orchestra in the absence of a conductor, perhaps warming up before a performance, when each of the different instruments in the orchestra are playing according to their own tune, with no attempt to synchronize with the other players. The result is maximally discordant cacophony of sound. Then when the conductor steps up to the podium and begins to actually guide the orchestra, and all the eyes are on the conductor, then the orchestra, then all the instruments function in concert. And this cacophony, this dissonance of sound, is replaced by beautiful flowing music. That is the importance of an integrated brain, the coordinated functioning of the brain. And this chart shows maximum orderliness of brain functioning, global EEG coherence when an individual is facing to the east. The chart on the right-hand side shows the same individual moments later facing towards the south. And what we see in that right-hand picture is a tremendous constriction in the orderly functioning of the brain, which corresponds to cramped comprehension or narrowness of vision, the opposite of broad comprehension, which results when individual comprehension is aligned with cosmic comprehension, when the individual brain, individual life is aligned with cosmic life. That is the most expanded state of comprehension, characterized by global EEG coherence, characterized by the capability of far-sighted thinking and long-range planning and judgment, maximum efficiency of neuronal functioning. So in addition to all this modern research, most importantly, the Vedic knowledge has withstood the test of time. Many, many generations throughout the long corridor of time have been blessed by the application of the Vedic knowledge of architecture, as well as the Vedic knowledge of perfect health and prevention of disease and longevity, as well as the knowledge of Vedic education for the development of the total brain, Vedic agriculture and harmony with natural law. And today we live on the verge of a complete global awakening and global transformation through the discovery of the totality of knowledge. The discovery of the unified field of modern science, which is the unified totality of natural law, the discovery of the constitution of the universe, the self-interacting dynamics of unity, and the complete application of this knowledge in every field of life provided by the Vedic technologies of Vedic science that Maharishi has revived in such a systematic, scientifically proven way to prevent problems in every area of society and to truly create a prevention-oriented, problem-free administration of society. With the discovery of the science of building, Vedic architecture in harmony with natural law, why wait any longer before constructing buildings that bring good luck and good fortune of the inhabitants instead of misfortune, unhappiness, ill health, and disease? Homes are being continuously destroyed and replaced by new ones. All over the world is the need for new construction. From this moment forth, it is vitally important on the ground of science and scientific research to bring the benefits of proper building, lucky buildings, fortune-promoting homes and offices to all the people of the world, now that we know how much misfortune, how much unhappiness and ill health is caused simply by the improper orientation in proportion of the buildings in which we live. Imagine the societal impact of millions of people living and flourishing in properly designed homes and buildings. Imagine everyone, not just one person, benefiting from the proper firing of the human brain, efficient neuronal firing, and expanded comprehension, global EEG coherence, increased intelligence and creativity, using more of their God-given potential, the most precious resource of the nation, the human resource, the unlimited creativity and intelligence of every citizen of every country. Imagine harnessing that tremendous resource by putting everyone in a fortune-creating home built according to Maharishi STHAPATYA VEDA. It'll be a great blessing and interest to hear a discussion now of the impact on society as a whole of Maharishi's global reconstruction program to immediately rebuild homes and buildings for the 6 billion inhabitants of our world.
Social benefits of architecture according to natural law.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hagelin, for this understanding of the scientific basis of Maharishi STHAPATYA VEDA, how modern science has validated this system of building and shown that it's in conformity with the principles of how nature functions, and it enhances and brings those nourishing benefits to individuals. We've talked about some of the benefits, the individual benefits of living in a Maharishi STHAPATYA Vedic structure. And I would like to expand that briefly now to talk more about the collective benefits, the community benefits of this system of building. Maharishi STHAPATYA VEDA explains how the structuring dynamics of the building affects the behavioral dynamics of the occupants, and actually brings that behavior from an individual level to a cosmic level. These structural dynamics we've talked about in terms of orientation, dimension, placement. On a community level, there's also structuring dynamics, the structuring dynamics of the community. And these Maharishi STHAPATYA VEDA community structuring dynamics nourish the behavior of all of the inhabitants of a city. And here we're considering things like the layout of the city, the placement of the different buildings in the city, the orientation of the roads.